There's a really beautiful quality of wisdom that emerges from the stillness in a beautiful landscape. And a long time ago, back when we remembered that we were born from clay, we used to sit and listen to it. And we knew what it meant to offer the fullness of our attention to that land and to speak to it through our silence and to have it respond. But these days, they're far more demanding draws of our attention. For better, for worse, we're living in a time where the commercialization of our attention is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And maintaining the sanctity and the integrity of our attention has never been more compromised. And this is a considerable problem, but I think it's really a symptom of a deeper one. And we may think that it's difficult to distance ourselves from the attention harvesting algorithms of social media, but the harder thing to create space from is our utter devotion to the voices of our internal defense systems. And we're completely addicted to these masterfully designed preference systems. And we use them all day, every day, to avoid vulnerability and to get the things that we want and to avoid the things that we don't want. And the problem with these systems is that they're all self-obsessed. And there are certain forms of wisdom that can't be discovered this way. Our focus narrows to the self, and the answer lies beyond the self. So if you ever feel stuck in your life, try offering your undivided attention to a beautiful landscape. And don't ask it any questions and don't petition it for any answers. No judgment, no commentary, no critique. Just offer it a filterless form of paying attention to whatever is emerging before you, and let it systematically dismantle your defenses and any unnecessary portions of your identity. And the whole time that your attention is residing there, something magical is happening. From this posture of receptivity, the outer landscape starts to line up with your inner landscape, and they start emerging in pace with one another. And this creates a terrain for the soul to move through efficiently and effectively. And when your soul's eyes open, we recognize a timeless expression of wisdom, and it's right in front of us. It's hidden in plain sight, and it's amazingly simple. And through that held gaze, inside the stillness and the silence, where there isn't anything in between your awareness looking and the life around you emerging, you find the gentle courage to let yourself go. And in the absence of your constructed persona and the defense systems it employs, the truth of who you are is effortlessly waiting, just where it's always been. And you're reintroduced to the you-less you, right? To the self that exists beyond the self. And from that point forward, the whole world changes, right? And your movement through it changes. And there's no going back, right? But thankfully in that space, there's no part of you that wants to, because at long last, you've finally found home. And that home is exactly where you are.